Have you ever heard of someone so notorious their name became a synonym for despicable? Imagine meeting them and discovering they're actually quite lovely. And one story that always stood out to me was the story of Mephibosheth, son of Saul. I couldn't help but feel a sense of empathy for Mephibosheth. Here was a man who had done nothing wrong, yet he was hated by his own father. The more I thought about it, the more I realized that I want you to know that you are wrong. You are highly favored by God. And all you have to do is believe in Him and trust in His plan for your life. Because when we put our faith in Jesus, we become children of God, and nothing can ever separate us from His love. So go ahead and embrace your mistakes, knowing that they don't define you, and start today, walking in the path of righteousness and holiness, because a bright future awaits you. Had done things in my past that caused people to look down upon me. I felt a deep sense of shame and despair, believing that I, like Mephibosheth, would never be accepted or loved. In the Bible, Mephibosheth is described as a man who was hated by his father, King Saul. As I continued reading the Bible, I came across another passage that changed everything. This time, Mephibosheth was described as a man who was loved by God and had a promising future ahead of him. He was a man after God's own heart, a man who walked with God and whose name meant something completely different. A man who was highly favored by God. So much so that King Saul sought to kill Mephibosheth. No matter what mistakes we've made in the past, we can always turn our lives around. We can choose to walk in the path of righteousness and holiness, pleasing God and experiencing His favor. And the best part, we don't have to do this alone. God is always with us, ready to guide and help us every step of the way. But He spared Mephibosheth's life at the last minute, to live a life that pleases Him and to share the good news with everyone I meet. And guess what? It's been amazing. God has blessed me beyond my wildest dreams. I've experienced true joy, peace, and happiness. And most importantly, I know that I am loved by God and accepted for who I am. Still, this caused Mephibosheth to limp the rest of his life. Hence the name Mephibosheth, which means a lame, contemptible, despicable person. That's what happened to me with Mephibosheth. You see, I've always been fascinated by the Bible, especially the Old Testament, as I read this story over and over again in my mind. But then something amazing happened. At that moment, I realized that no matter what our past may be, since then, I've made it my mission to walk with God. So if you're struggling with your past, if you feel like you're not good enough or worthy enough, don't forget to like and share for more video like this to come your way.